All right, in this video, we're going to talk about how credit cards calculate their interest using the average daily balance method. This method is one of two methods that credit card companies could use, but the majority do use the average daily balance method, which is why we're going to focus on it for this unit. So with the average daily balance method, what they do is they literally determine the average balance that you carried on your credit card for the entire month that you are being billed. And so the example that I have here is fairly simplistic, and it would be for a credit card that doesn't perhaps get used very often, because as you can see, there's only just a handful of transactions, but it's perfect for demonstrating how this works. So for the first one here, you would begin on June 1st with the balance that is owed. And so you can see from right here, the previous balance that was carried forward at the end of May was $3,400. And so that is the balance, $3,400. I'm going to keep working on the balance column. So on June 5th, there was a $90 purchase that was made, which means that your balance, the amount you owe the credit card company, increased by $90. So on June 5th, the total due is $3,490. On June 15th, a payment was made. So this decreases the amount you owe the credit card company because you gave them $500. So now the balance due is $2,990. And then on June 24th, you made another purchase for $250, which again raises the amount that you owe the credit card company. So adding that $250, we now find the balance is $3,240. When it comes to the number of days, that's exactly what we're going to figure out, is how many days was the balance that given amount in the table. And so for the first entries, all but the last one, we can actually subtract. So for number of days, if we take June 5th minus June 1st, we will discover for 4 days, that's what the balance was, June 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then the balance stayed at 3,490 days, or $3,490 from June 5th to the 15th. Again, subtracting gives you 10 days. The balance was $2,990 from the 15th to the 24th, and so subtracting gives you 9 days. And here's where you've got to be careful. There are 30 days in June. Okay, there are 30 days in June. If you simply do 30 minus 24 for this next step, and then you add up the 4, the 10, the 9, and the 6 that you would get, you will find that your sum is 29. You fall 1 day short. So I always recommend go ahead and calculate these first 3 by subtraction, but then to get this last one, because you have to count the 30th day, please be sure the sum is actually 30. And so in this case, we need 7 days to come into play there so that we add up to 30. And again, if you want to count those 7 days, that would be June 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and there's the 30th, which is indeed the 7th day. Once you have this part done, then what we're going to do is we're going to take the balance times the number of days and write that answer here. And we're going to do that for every one of the rows. So multiplying those together, we will get 13,600 for the first row, 34,900 for the second row, 26,910 for the third row, and 22,680 for the fourth row. And then what we need to do is add all of those together to come up with our sum. Adding those together, we get 98,090. Now, when it comes to calculating the average daily balance, the average means we add up all of the amounts and we divide by how many there are. And that's exactly what this multiplication lets us do. So remember that multiplication is just addition. So when we multiplied the 3,400 and the 4, for example, that's like saying the balance was $3,400 for 4 different days and adding that 4 times. So to calculate our average daily balance, what we can do is we can take that balance times the number of days, that sum, and divide by the number of days in June, which is 30. That will give us an average daily balance of $3,269.67. And if you look at the actual different balances that were actually carried, if you were to look at this column, that seems like a reasonable number. Okay, that looks like that could be an average daily balance. It's kind of right there in the middle of all of those, so that seems reasonable. Now, the finance charge is based on the average daily balance. And if you look up here in the top corner, we have our monthly interest rate. Interest rate is the same as a finance charge, it's just another word for interest, finance charge. So we need to find 1.8% of our average daily balance. So if we take that average daily balance and multiply by 1.8% as a decimal, we will figure out that the finance charge, or the interest we have to pay for the month of June, because we didn't pay off our credit card bill, is $58.85. So then what the credit card company does is they take that finance charge based on your average daily balance and they add it to your last balance. Now, please remember, the last balance is up here on June 24th. This is the last time you made a charge, okay? It is not the average daily balance. Never, ever was the amount you owed ever $32.69.67 exactly. Here are all of your balances. So we have to go back to the last known balance of $3,240, add on the finance charge of $58.85, and that means on July 1st, the new amount that you owe the credit card company is $3,298.85. If you want to avoid these finance charges or paying interest on your credit card, the only way to do that is to, 1, never have a credit card, or 2, pay off your entire balance every month, and then you'll never incur a finance charge.